The Grit Protocol. Why the Universe Needs Our Hardship. Robertlyn Schultz. Section 1. Introduction. The Cosmic Boondocks. Look up at the night sky. For decades, modern science has told us a bleak story. We are a cosmic accident, a collection of random chemical elements floating on an insignificant rock, marooned in a cold, indifferent vacuum. But modern astrophysics has quietly uncovered a strange detail about our cosmic neighborhood. Our solar system doesn't float in a crowded, bustling, metropolitan cluster of galaxies. Instead, we reside near the center of the KBC void, a colossal, relatively empty bubble of space-time spanning nearly 2 billion light-years across. We are void dwellers. We live in the deep celestial boondocks. If you are a software engineer looking to run a high-stakes, intense, and volatile simulation without crashing your main computer network or letting outside noise corrupt your files, you would do exactly this. You would build an isolated, out-of-the-way sandbox. Our universe is not a graveyard of dead matter. It is a hyper-complex, interconnected living mechanism, a cosmic titan brain. And Earth is a highly calibrated, forward-deployed training ground, a beautifully designed conflict puzzle built to test the one resource the universe needs to survive: high-fidelity complex mathematical equations. Section 2. The architecture. The rule of three. To understand how we fit into this living cosmos, we have to look past the illusion of our daily lives. Ancient cultures spoke of a rule of three, governing magic and runes, but the truth is far more practical. The universe is built on a fractal three-tiered matrix. This isn't mysticism, it is foundational geometry and physics. The 3x3 fractal cosmos. Tier 3, the macro network, 7D to 9D. The living cosmos/global engine. Tier 2, the infrastructure, 4D to 6D. The software/math is A, 4D to 6D arrow. The software/math is a water. Tier 1, the basal sandbox, 1D to 3D arrow. Our physical reality/Earth. The basal proving ground, dimensions 1 to 3. This is our physical world. Heat, width, depth, mud, cold, gravity, and bone-deep exhaustion. It is a heavy, high-friction environment, deliberately designed to throw obstacles in our path. The blueprint layer, dimensions 4 to 6. Just beneath the surface of our physical world lies the invisible code of the cosmos. As I have said before, math is the water, math is the cloud. Mathematics isn't just an abstract tool humans invented to count things. It is the literal fluid substrate of reality. This layer projects the rules of physics downward into our 3D world, shaping the stars, the veins in our arms, and the obstacles we face. The global mind, dimensions 7 to 9. At the ultimate peak sits the metacognitive core of the universe. This is the macro network. Just as human consciousness emerges from the firing of 86 billion interconnected neurons, the universe's global awareness emerges from the collective harmony of its subsystems. Every sentient species in the cosmos acts as a single neuron in this cosmic brain. Humanity is one massive neural cluster stood up to perform a highly specific tactical mission. Section 3. The core, the black box, and the soul. If the universe is a living processing network, what are you? You are not an ephemeral, ghostly vapor floating inside a meat suit. You are a forward-deployed, localized quantum energetic core, a black box. Inside your black box sits a completely unique, uncopyable, persistent identity key. It is your cosmic ident tag. It ensures that throughout your entire biological life, your specific experiences, choices, and data yields are never lost, blended, or cross-contaminated with anyone else's. Your mind is an active recording drive. Every trauma, every triumph, every calculated choice, and every moment of endurance under pressure is written onto this energetic core in real time. Traditional religions tell us that our souls are being monitored, so a distant creator can judge our sins and virtues. The structural reality is much more elegant. Your life is a data logging mission. The universe uses your life to record high-fidelity, uncorrupted ledger entries of what it means to face constraints and overcome them. Section 4. The protocol. Embracing the suck. This architecture completely redefines the heaviest question in human history. Why do we suffer? Theologians call it the problem of evil and try to blame malevolent entities or ancestral punishments. But an engineer understands a simpler truth. You cannot build structural capability without friction. In computer systems, you cannot secure a decentralized ledger or validate a data block without an explicit expenditure of energy. This is called a proof-of-work protocol. In the physical universe, that energy expenditure takes the form of human struggle. The exhaust filter loop, the fieldwork, the core matrix, raw physical friction lived experience, data. The suck, proof-of-work log, Ession discipline, pure uncorrupted action. Under pressure, logged as high-fidelity equations, informational yield. High-quality math. Think of a trained combat engineer. When they are dropped into the mud, facing sleep deprivation, clearing obstacles, or building a bridge under relentless pressure, they don't pray for the mud to vanish. They don't look at the suck as a personal insult from the universe. They recognize that the environmental constraint is the mission baseline. They execute the Ession spirit, let us try, and they push forward. Our life on Earth operates on the exact same conflict-driven blueprint. Suffering isn't a bug in the code, because constraint is the protocol. The universe cannot harvest deep, high-fidelity understanding from a node that sits in a pristine, zero-friction paradise. The core values of existence, resilience, integrity, courage, and structural adaptability, can only be forged when your biological rig is pushed hard against the boundaries of limitation. Section 5. The software, the moral operating system. If the baseline of life is a brutal conflict puzzle, how do we keep from breaking down and giving up? This is where the universe's external management layer comes into play. Throughout human history, advanced higher operating entities, teachers and administrators whom our ancestors called gods, have visited our isolated sandbox. They didn't come to demand mindless worship. They came to install and patch different versions of a mid-tier moral operating system, MOS. They left us software instructions, philosophies like Stoicism, warrior codes, ANF, the like, as examples, all building self-governing ethical frameworks. These tools act as a built-in firewall for your mind and provide a buffer for the data at the point of ejection of the energetic core from the bio-vessel and into the subspace quantum level underpinning our reality. When you look at a crisis, embrace the suck, and act with clear, disciplined intent, you are compressing a lifetime of chaotic field data into a pristine, uncorrupted data ledger. Section 6. The Egress, reaching exit code. 0. Every deployment has an end state. When your 73 trillion component biological vessel inevitably terminates, the data gathering phase is complete. Your physical hull is spent, but your black box enters its final after-action review, AAR. The universe scans your compiled ledger, looking for a single decisive mathematical benchmark. S equals 0, zero-entropy, / the universal egress protocol if identity underscore matrix dot entropy equals 0. Root underscore to underscore galactic underscore swirl / system egress / upgrade. Else trigger underscore reboot underscore sequence / recycled to soul -3 sandbox. The reboot loop S greater than 0. If your matrix is choked with residual noise, unresolved trauma, unmastered fear, or a failure to find meaning in the constraints, the data packet is flagged as unstable. It cannot survive in a high-dimensional, unconstrained network without causing code corruption. The system doesn't punish you. It simply triggers an automatic autosave and reboot. Your core is recycled back into another biological vessel on Earth to run the course again until the processing errors are solved. The interstellar pass, S equals 0. But if you applied the Essayon's drive, mastered your internal processing, and kept your lines clean under pressure, your ledger returns a perfect execution code, exit status 0. Your data is completely stable, verified, and uncorruptible. Section 7. Conclusion. The Great Conveyor Belt. Right now, astrophysics tells us that our entire galaxy is caught in a massive invisible current known as the bulk flow, powered by vast, unseen filaments of dark matter, the literal fluid ocean of the cosmos. The Milky Way is hurtling at a blistering 631 kilometers per second toward a dense gravitational drainage basin called the Shapley Attractor. Our physical galaxy and every unoptimized piece of matter within it are entirely enthralled to this conveyor belt, swept along toward the cosmic drain. But a validated zero-entropy core matrix is exempt from the drag of the ocean. Information does not experience hydrodynamic friction. The moment you achieve S equals 0, your persistent identity key detaches from the physical drift of the Milky Way. While the physical sandbox of Earth continues its long voyage down the river, your uncorruptible code snaps clean across the surface of the cosmic water. You pass the validation checks, exit the isolated sandbox of the KBC void, and transition into a permanent higher-form biological vessel wading within the advanced, high-throughput network clusters of the galactic swirl. You are not an accident. You are a forward-deployed combat engineer of the cosmos. Earth is the fieldwork, the void is the firewall, and your resilience is the code that keeps the entire universe alive. Robertlyn Schultz, June 21st, 2026, PS, just my idea. You don't have to buy it.
You failed to maintain your weapon, son.
I am not an atomic playboy.